Welcome to React. We are going to be starting with chapter 1, and I'm going to be the driver, and Bhabha is going to be my navigator. So, what is React? React is a framework that was released by Facebook for creating single page applications, and it's built to make the to reduce the request to the server and make our applications faster, right? So the first thing that we did here is install React, right? So to install React, we have to think about components first. So a component is just a JSX template that outputs HTML elements, and it has its own data and logic to control the JSX template, right? And it will look something like this, right? So to set up our node, sorry, not node, our React app, we first have to install node, but we have already done that, right? You can do node like this and check whether you have node, and I can go on my terminal and we can do this to check whether we have node, and we do have node. It's going to give you the version of node that you have. And then after that, we have to install our React app using this command right here, npm, where is it? Yeah, this is it, npm install -g create React app. And I've already done that. After you do that, you want to get these files into your folder, whatever folder that you are working in. You are going to get these files, and then after that, you have to create your project, right? So the name of my project is chapter 1, and there it is right there. And these files are all part of chapter 1. I have two projects here, chapter 1 and 2, but for now we'll be focusing on chapter 1. And then you're gonna cd into your project, and you're gonna say npm start. So that's what I'm going to do right now, npm start. And this is what we're supposed to see. The port is going to be 3000, so our app will be hosted on port 3000. And after running npm start, our app will greet us with a message, and it's going to look like this. So let's just wait for that to happen. So now, as we can see, our app is still compiling, and this is our app.js, which is just the basic default app.js that we get from creating our React project. So it has finished compiling, and on this tab here, as you can see, we have this, which is exactly what we see on our textbook, right? And once again, how we do that is that we use this command here. We use this command to install React to our machine, and then we use this command or this command here. Either they both do the same thing, and that's gonna create our project, and that's how we get this. And then after that, we have our project files right here. As you can see, it's exactly what we have here. We have public, we have our node modules also, we have our source, and we have our getignore, package lock, and package.json. Under our public, we have all of this: index.html, manifest.json, and then in our source we have app.css, app.js, app.test, index, css, index.js, setup test, and report web vitals.js, right? So in our index.js, this is what where's index.js? This is what we have in our index.js, right? As you can see in the textbook also. And here we import both React and React DOM, which we are going to need to work with React in the browser. And yes, that's basically part of the React library. And then we use app.js to render this, what we see on the browser here. We're using the return method here in our app.js file. And what we can do is that we can change what's in this function here, this app function. We can change it to whatever we want to render to the browser. So I'm just gonna change it to make it look, to make it say my first, to make it render, to use the render method to make it show my first React app. So as you can see, it's much more simple now, we just created a class called app, and in this class, yes, as you can see, it's much more simple now. We created a class called app which extends component. We use the render method, and we open our curly brackets here, and we use the return method once again, and we just use HTML, whatever we want to render to our browser. And here is just a div that has a h1 tag inside that says my first React app. And then we export our app here using export default. And if I go here, as you can see, it just says my first React app, right? So yeah, as you can see, it looks exactly like in the book. So in summary, in this chapter, in chapter 1, which was an introduction, we're introduced to the core building blocks of React apps, which are components, and we have also been introduced to the React development experience, which is creating a new React project, right? We used the create React app commands to provide internal compilation, which automatically generates our app for us that we can view on the browser. And this is a great tool for us developers, whether we are beginners or advanced. And yeah, thank you. I was a driver and Bhabha was my navigator. This was React chapter 1.